Hey guys, Quackers Spooks here with another set of NFL predictions. It's a little bit late, but this time it's week 5. So the Indianapolis Colts and Denver Broncos are currently playing right now. Broncos are up 3-0, and I picked the Broncos to beat the Colts. So that we can skip that one because we were a bit late. In London, the New York Giants take on the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to be picking the Packers. Now that the Giants are bad, the Packers actually look better. Packers did beat New England. By the way, after this, I'm going to be starting my anniversary stream at somewhere around 9 o'clock. So, anyways, I'm picking the Packers to beat the Giants. The Detroit Lions take on the New England Patriots, and I'm going to be picking the Patriots just because they did show flashes of brilliance last week against Green Bay, and I feel that the Patriots will win over the Lions. So I'm going to be picking the Patriots. They will be 2-3, but maybe the Lions do beat the Patriots here. I don't like their offense a whole lot, just because of Matt Patricia and Joe Judge being the coordinators. And not that I don't like Mac Jones. Excuse me. It's hard to believe the Patriots will do anything good this year, especially with terrible coordinators like Joe Judge or Matt Patricia. But anyways, I'm going to be picking New England to beat Detroit here. The Los Angeles Chargers take on the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to be picking the Browns. Not that the Chargers are bad. It's just they're hard to rely on in certain situations. Plus, I don't want to root for a division rival. Unless it's Denver when it comes to Indianapolis or something. But anyways, I feel that the Browns will beat the Chargers. I know they lost to Atlanta, but I think the Chargers will be an easier opponent. Justin Herbert, sorry, man, you're not beating Cleveland, but the smart pick would be the Chargers, but I feel that the Browns will come up with the win here. The Houston Texans take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to be picking the Jaguars because the Texans do not look great. They do look like total dog shit and cannot come up in clutch. And that's the problem with the Houston Texans. I don't think it's Lovie Smith. Lovie Smith's doing a really good job. It's just the Texans themselves are holding themselves back. And it's not helping the cause at all. So just feel that the Texans will probably go 0-16-1. But that probably isn't likely. They'll probably get their first wins sometime in the year. They'll probably have a high draft pick too. So anyways, I'm picking the Jags. They will be 3-2. The Atlanta Falcons take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think Tom Brady's feeling a lot better now that his wife is gone. Or ex-wife, I should say. Giselle. I think he's feeling a lot better. I think he owns the Falcons in the regular season anyway, so I'm picking the Tampa Bay Bucs. So, yeah, I'm picking the Bucs to beat the Falcons. The Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Buffalo Bills, and I'm going to be picking the Bills. I think I initially picked the Steelers, but I'm going to go with the Bills because Steelers do not look great on offense either. Matt Canada needs to be fired into the sun, and Buffalo's at home too, so they have the advantage. So I think the Bills will beat the Steelers. They'll be 4-1. Bills are a serious playoff contender, by the way. Bills are serious. Bills are serious about making the big dance. So, yeah. I am going to be picking the Bills to beat the Steelers. The Miami Dolphins take on the New York Jets. And I know the Jets did beat the Steelers last week, but Miami looks so much better. Like, they have the moxie. They have everything on offense that they need. Except for, losing to Cincinnati with Tua being concussed another time. Which I don't understand why he was kept in that game anyway. Because they made a stupid decision to keep him in there. And I know they updated their concussion protocol as well. So, I'm going to be picking the Dolphins. They'll be 4-1. And the Jets will be 2-3. The Chicago Bears take on the Minnesota Vikings. I'm going to be picking Minnesota. They did beat New Orleans last week in London, so it wouldn't be a surprise to see, them win against Chicago. Chicago is not really that great either. Justin Fields needs help, especially offensive line. Justin Fields does not give them any sort of traction to move on with life, just because the So, yeah, I'm going to be picking the Vikings to beat the Bears. I'm sorry. The Tennessee Titans take on the Washington Commanders. I'm going to be picking the Titans. The Commanders have lost 3 straight. I don't think Ron Rivera is the answer. So, yeah, I think, and it's pretty straightforward here. It's a good pick to pick the Titans because the Titans actually beat the Colts, but barely. So, yeah, I'm going to be picking the Titans to beat the Commanders. That's going to be a guaranteed win for them. I think the Titans will be 3-2 this time around. The Seattle Seahawks take on the New Orleans Saints. And I am going to be picking the Seahawks. I know I shouldn't, but the Saints, they need help. They need, line help bad. I know they have Trevor Penning, but I don't think that's going to cut it because Like, the Saints just looked off. I know they came in clutch at the end of that London game. But, good God, how do you lose to the Vikings? Dude, how do you lose to Greg Joseph? So, yeah, I'm picking Seattle for this week. So, anyways, I'm picking the Seahawks. Uh-oh. I'm refreshed. Didn't mean to do that. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to be picking San Francisco because the Panthers suck. Matt Rule is a terrible head coach. He needs to be fired. I think he's the first coach to be fired after this year. So, yeah. Screw that contract. Like, seriously. Screw that fucking contract. Like, I don't get what they see in him. I don't get what they see in Matt Rule. Matt Rule sucks. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that he gets fired for that just because he's not a really good coach. Just, I have no reliability for him at all. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just me. But anyways, I'm picking 49ers to beat the Panthers. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Arizona Cardinals, and I'm going to be picking the Eagles. Eagles are currently 4-0. They look like one of the best teams on the market. And I think what they did in the offseason was really good for their franchise. I think they've stepped it up. I think they'll be undefeated. I don't think they'll finish undefeated, but it's a start. It's a 4-0 start, which I like. So, anyways, I'm picking the Eagles to beat Arizona. So, yeah, they'll be 5-0. The Dallas Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Rams. I'm going to be picking the Rams. I may be wrong just because Cooper Rush is undefeated as a starter. But I think he could snap that streak right there. Just because he's a backup too, so don't forget that. Anyways, I'm going to be picking the Rams to beat the Cowboys. I know they blew it against San Francisco, but that's kind of expected of them at this point. San Francisco made them their bitch again just because they're San Francisco. So I am going to be picking the Rams to beat the Cowboys. I'm sorry, I'm doing two things at once here. Anyways, I am going to be picking the Rams. Sunday Night Football, we get the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. I'm going to be picking the Ravens. Just because he's just because the Ravens look okay. They look okay to me, but they faced a tough opponent in the Bills. And they lost, but that's okay. I think they'll have a I think they will have a good year this year. I think. I'm sorry. I'm just doing two things at once. And I'm sorry that I'm being distracted by stuff. But, yeah, I think I think the Ravens will beat the Bengals. So, and lastly, we have the Las Vegas Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to be picking Kansas City because I'm a Chiefs fan, first of all. And second of all, yeah. And the Raiders just look bad. Like, they've been bad all year. So, yeah, those are my predictions for Week 5 of the NFL season. We'll see you guys in a little bit when I do the stream. Goodbye.